right, I believe we are live and up and running here. I'm a little frustrated with OBS, if I'm going to be honest, guys. Every time I do anything, basically, it messes with my settings. Like every day, I have to redo all of my settings. And frankly, it's a giant pain in the hiney. Turn that light off. I'll be dark. I'll be dark today. It'll be fine. Turn there. Everything will be fine. Anyway, where we left off on Wednesday was we were drawing these Halloween hounds. We did these three. We have our little vampire hound, our little witch, and a ghost. And we decided we were going to do at least two more. The plan was today to do a Saint Bernard as Frankenstein's monster and a French bulldog as a mummy. That's what we were looking for. We were shooting for a French bulldog as a mummy. So we'll get started here in just a little bit because we'll get started here in just a little bit. I'm just gonna send out some messages on the social media platforms to let people know that I am live streaming. I'm not good at it, obviously, yet, or at all, but it'll be fun. I did, for those of you interested, I did do my weekly stickers today. I'll have some information about those going out here pretty soon too. I've got over 100 of them cut. Unfortunately, the software that runs my cutting machine really messes with the streaming software for some reason. Like, I get really bad lag when I am streaming with the cutting software open. And I don't know why. So let's come over here. Let's jump on the tweets and say something like I don't know. Come make spoopy puppies with me live on YouTube. There, that's one notification sent out. And yeah. One thing I did do, so Wednesday I was also recording this as a vertical format to see if I could turn it into some shorts, and I decided that I didn't want to do that. It was too much work for me, and it did cause a little bit of lag in my OBS. So anyway, I think I'll get started here. Like I said, just a second. Sorry to anybody who's already here. I should have had all of this stuff done, but like I said, apparently every single time now I'm going to try to stream, I'm going to have to redo all of my OBS settings. So I'm going to start jumping in like a half an hour earlier than I thought I was going to have to, but life is what life is. This is all a learning experience for me. So we'll see how everything goes. Everything is. I am live over on YouTube. Come join me as we draw some more spoopy puppies. There, that's good. There we go. I feel comfortable and confident with all of that. So Going to bring that in. Yeti Detective is in. He's here. He's ready for us to get started on our spoopy puppies. So I've got my messages are sent out. Everybody who cares is probably already here. So let's get started. Let's do this thing. I did do some like researching what these dogs look like, so I can start coming up with ideas for how to turn a Saint Bernard into a Frankenstein monster, or how to turn a French bulldog into a mummy, or even exactly what the difference between a French bulldog or a like English bulldog is, I guess. So I've got some reference pictures of some puppies up here on my computer monitor that I'll look at while I'm working. But let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to do the Saint Bernard first. So I'm just going to do, Saint Bernards have big round heads, but Frankenstein's monster classically has a flat head. So I'm just going to flatten off the top of this Saint Bernard head. Oh, excuse me. And give him just kind of a big body with big old feet, because Saint Bernards are big dogs. Big paws. Like that. We'll start there. Just big body. I actually think I'm going to make the head bigger. So this is going to be our Saint Bernard head, or Saint Bernard and Frankenstein head is going to be kind of squared off. And then we'll come in here and we'll do like the big droopy jowl mouth nose thing. And our big puppy eyes. And then let's see, Saint Bernards have these floppy ears. Like this. And he'll need some bolts sticking out of his neck. And I think I'm going to give him like a black flat top kind of design there. And hold his arms like so. Come in this way. And then I have actually drawn more than one as part of my zombie challenge. I've drawn a couple of like pieced together dogs. I think for this guy, I'm gonna make his head taller even. Like there's a second piece of head sewn on here. And we'll pick that up in the next level of detail sketching. So that's our basic body outline. I'm gonna come in here. Like I said, I think I'm gonna do like little doggy dog head, like all of our other dogs, except Saint Bernards have jowls. Jowy. Maybe we'll pull that a little tighter. Like that. And then here, have that head. Then real tall, extra head. And I don't know if that is it confession time. It's confession time. I don't think I've ever actually read. I know. I'm not saying I don't think. I have never actually read Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. So I don't know if the freakishly tall head is actually like a part of the story, or if it comes from the classic monster movies and it's just that the actor who played him had a freakishly tall head. And then maybe because I think this is a little busy down here, maybe I'll do a weirdo thing and I'll put the bolts in this upper part of his head here. Just like I said, because like I think it's busy down around the collar area. He's a dog. We're gonna have to give him a collar too. So that feels right to me that he would not necessarily have the bolts down low. Bring these floppy ears back in here. I'm an ear. So I like that's not too bad. I kind of like that. That's looking pretty good. I think I'm gonna go ahead and bring this underhead in here. Give him his little collar and his little fob. It's free on Google eBooks. In the book, it does not describe how he created the monster. It never specifies that he got parts from corpses. The whole thing was from the movie. Oh, that's good to know. I had a feeling that was going to be the case, that all of this classic design is totally, you know, Hollywood. Pause here. So, like I said, I want him to have big ol' St. Bernard paws on the bottom. When we Garfield out the bottom paws, his back paws. I'm going to turn this layer off because it is messing with my mojo. I put that layer in this to Charles Jaquita says hi. The book is just like, it is a big monster because human-sized hands can't make tiny little caterpillaries and stuff. Oh, so he's giant because he doesn't have miniaturized technology yet because he lives in the oldie times. I get it. That makes sense. That's scientifically plausible. So we're basically going to mark that as like a stitchy line. We'll make this a stitch line here. I think this one will be here. And then what we'll do is we'll make different parts of this dog different colors based on the stitch lines. And probably make this hand, this reachy hand, a different color also, just to make it stand out from this part of the body here. And then St. Bernards have big tails. So let's see. Right, and this picture doesn't have a St. Bernard tail. I'm just gonna pull up another St. Bernard picture. St. Bernard tail. Yeah, it's a big floofy floof tail. Like a little knob on the end, and then all kinds of fur coming down. Like that. That is looking pretty St. Bernard taily, I think. Maybe a little more like tight in towards the body and then floofs out on the end. Yeah. Yeah, and they definitely curl in when they're up high. Okay. And then I think maybe we also need him to have that St. Bernard face colorization here. So I'm going to go ahead and color those lines in. G line. There we go. That's our rough sketch for our St. Bernard Frankenstein's monster. I think he is in line with our other Halloween hounds we've done here, so that's good. You know, you don't want to be making a bunch of different style designs. If they're gonna be bad, they gotta all be bad. We give him a big I'm gonna square off his nose a bit more than normal because he's a Frankenstein's monster. Also, I'm looking at the muzzle angle different now on all these different pictures I just pulled up, and they're a little more square in the face than I thought they were. So we'll square his face off a little bit too. Come down here, and we're just gonna, yeah. So we'll actually pull this and extend it all the way up here. Came out again. I'm having a little bit more hand jitter today than I was on Wednesday. Some days are better than others. Medications sometimes have consequences that you don't want. Some of those consequences are that your hand will never be stable again. So that's not bad. That's not bad. It's not nearly as thick of a line. So I think I'm going to redo the whole thing with a much thicker brush. Cup. There we go. That's looking better, I think. Yeah, I like that quite a bit. Yeah, that is looking good. Thank you. Here. Eh. See, when you try to be precise, you make everything bad. Remember that, kids. When you try your best, everything is bad. Just half-ass it all the time. Now that should have been a cut line. Oh well. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good looking pupper. Let's go ahead and draw in this ear. Over drawing this ear so we can make sure we cut those lines. And I kind of just wanted his ear to look like it was wrapping around his head a bit more. So that's why I did that. Here will come in and up. Close that back. Just gonna bring that like that. Clean that artwork up just like so. All right. Now I'm gonna finish the body outline real fast before I move on to anything else. So I'm gonna just pull this down and come back to his big round body. Not that round, a little more round than that. I guess I can turn this smoothing back down a little bit. Sense of a big round body. Like there. That looks good. I liking that. Do his big feet. And if you're wondering, like, I'm not too worried about like the fact that Saint Bernards have giant bodies and long legs, because kind of what I'm looking at here is this idea that he is a Saint Bernard puppy, so his body isn't quite in proportion with the rest of him, because Adults don't go trick-or-treating unless they're really awesome adults. And also, he's a weird, reconstructed puppy monster, so. So that's nice. I like that. And finish up his little tail. Big old tail fan. And now we'll go in with a smaller brush and do a lot of the internal line detail work. If anyone's wondering why I use like 6, 12, 24, no particular reason other than I know I can keep a ratio in my head that way. I know that if my big line is 24 and then my slightly smaller, my midlines are 12, then they're half the size, you know. It's just the math works out for me. It doesn't have any particular reason behind it. It's just my process. Like it could just as easily have been 10, 25, you know, as it is 6, 12, 24. Last Halloween, there was a bougie brownstone 2 blocks away from me that was giving out candy to the children and glasses of champagne to the adults. Oh, yeah. So go trick-or-treating in rich parts of New York City, apparently. That's what you want to do. That's the plan. And then they all have this weird like dark lip thing going on that I want to really kind of draw in here and embrace. Embrace the dark puppy lips. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and do the eyes in this size brush. Do them as full circles. And most art programs these days have snapping features like this when they're designed to be used with a stylus. Especially like so, Fresco has this. I know, and Procreate has it. Where you just draw a circle and then hold your pen down, and it will snap into a circle, or at least close to whatever round shape. If you like, I drew an ellipsis or an ellipsis. I drew an oval. That word was not going to come to my brain. I'm skipping it. I drew an oval, so it gave me an oval instead of a circle. You know what I mean? Trying to talk sometimes am hard. Come in here and just build some little Franken hair. And I'm just trying to give this impression that there's like a kind of a line here too, like this is the flat of the head. And I'm just going to make that all black. So let's go ahead and do that on this art layer here, on the outline layer. This is not a bad looking little puppy creature so far. Give him his dog collar. There's dog tags. And now we can draw in our stitch lines and our bolts. So I think I'll do this stitch line coming down like this. This stitch line is like this. This bolt. Just like so. And I was totally tempted to sit here and draw in threads on these bolts. But then I remembered that this will be shrunk down pretty small to be a pattern on a tote bag. So probably doesn't make any sense to do that, but that's an issue I have when I'm working on art a lot. I noticed it today on the stickers for this weekend. So in my, let's see if I can show it to you guys. If you can see anything. These are the stickers I'm giving out this weekend. And in my art on his chest is an arcane insignia that is really nice and clever and easy to see. But when you shrink it down to sticker size, it is gone. And that's an issue that I have a lot. I tend to work a lot on details that no one will ever see, because once you shrink the art down from the 8,000 pixels to, 600 pixels, you just don't see that detail anymore. And that is a danger, I think, of one of the things I tell people all the time is a danger of working in digital is that you get used to being able to draw detail at any scale because you can zoom in and out. So as I'm doing these traditional art challenges also, it is really showing me how reliant I am on digital tools. And so I'm glad I'm doing them, because I am overly reliant on digital tools and not unconvinced that we will have an apocalypse soon. I'd like to continue to be able to draw in the apocalypse. If the world ends, I want to keep doing art. And I'm just going to come in and draw in some stitches. Again, this is probably a detail that is going to get lost in resizing, but I think if I make these big enough, they'll register. And so hopefully that'll look good. But we'll see. We'll see once we have everything resized into the pattern. And I'm hoping to get to that today. I'm hoping to get through drawing these last two Halloween hounds, and then to be able to jump into Photoshop and knock out the actual pattern itself today. And then I won't stream tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday, so I will be at the market again tomorrow. At the C Street Market from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. in Springfield, Missouri. Come get a sticker. If you can't make it to Springfield, Missouri, you can get a sticker right in your inbox at home, your actual physical mailbox, by joining the Patreon. Patreon.com/TalkerVikingStudios. But it'll be a good time. I'm hoping the college kids are back in town this weekend, and I'm hoping that we'll be busy and a lot of people will come through the market and get a sticker. I think it should be fun. Should be a lot of fun to be out there tonight or this weekend. But on Sunday I will be back to stream Sunday afternoon. And I've decided that Sundays are going to be my personal fun streamy days. So instead of working on any kind of product or commission or anything like that, any kind of client work or monetary work, I'm going to work on something that I just will personally enjoy and have fun with. And this week, I think I've been doing them a little bit off and on. I want to make a sticker pack, a full sticker pack for Telegram, and maybe that could be used later in other projects as like animated emotes on Twitch or Discord or anything like that. So this weekend I'm going to do a few of those, start that project, and that might be my Sunday project for a while until I do the whole sticker set that I want to do. I'm going to do 15 or 20 things, I think. I think that'll be a lot of fun. There are some that I have done in the past I wouldn't be able to do on a stream. I'm going to the roller derby tomorrow. Oh, that sounds like fun. Do you know anyone who does the roller derby, or are you just going to go? I will admit, I have had more than one roller derby person come by my booth at the market and get stickers because they put stickers on their helmets. And apparently, some of my stickers are great roller derby stickers. Like perhaps some stickers with King Kong on them and things similar to that in nature. Uh, so I know a couple of people who do roller derby these days. And back in my blogging days, I had a blog friend who did roller derby, was doing roller derby with her daughter. And I don't know, I haven't talked to her in a few years, so I don't know if she's doing roller derby anymore or not. You should totally bring some stickers. You should, definitely. And if they don't like the ones you have, or if they can't get away with the ones you have, I can send you some of the safe for work version. That would be pretty cool. All right. So I've got Saint Bernard. Saint Bernards have light brown patches, dark brown patches, white patches. They are all kinds of colors of the spectrum. So I'm going to start with this brown that we've used before, and I'm going to darken it up and use that for actually some like patches of dog fur around in here. I like to go around this. I'm actually going to undo that, and I'm going to do it with the lasso tool like that. They usually have that kind of pattern over both eye, it looks like, down in between. So we'll give him a little brown around the eyes. And let's see, one brown spot on his side looks good. And then we'll come in here and we'll kind of get a little lighter, a little more yellow in that brown. And we'll do, some parts of him like that, like maybe that ear. Oh, the ears, I guess, are usually pretty dark too. We'll go ahead and do the ears in that dark color. And apparently I'm not very smart because I drew in these circles without line art first. So I'll go ahead and do that and put that underneath and then merge that down. They have a kids 6 and under getting free policy, so that maybe that one sticker isn't appropriate, right? And that's a thing to always consider. And I think on his forehead, I'm gonna come in here and get my daily zombie color to imply that this is actually a human Frankenstein forehead that has been stitched to him. And then let's go with just a little cream color here. And on his nose, and we'll grab our normal pink that I like to use. Clean up those eyes. We'll go ahead and do the yellow here. What color do you think his collar should be? I'm thinking his collar should be like a green, but I'm open to anyone who wants any opinions out there, I'm not stingy. So, let's go. Like having given him all kinds of different colors of fur because he's patched together as a patchwork monstrosity. I like that. That's looking pretty good. I think that's not bad at all. All right, now let's grab a gray-ish blue, bluish gray over here to do these little bolts sticking out of his head. And of course, the threads I'm going to do in white in hopes that they read a little bit better than if they were solid black. Otherwise, it was a gigantic waste of my time to draw them as little boxes instead of just drawing them as lines. But if it doesn't look good, I will switch them to black. But I think it reads okay. We'll see down here. I'll get them all filled in and we'll see. That's good. Yeah. This is like I like this. I'm having a lot of fun doing this. Maybe a darker green to offset his forehead. That's what I was thinking. Like the lettuce green from my Taco Viking logo was what I was thinking. Like that. I think this looks good. I think this is a pretty good little dude. Anyway, I say is I've actually been having a lot of fun with these little guys like this. I hope that you guys are enjoying doing it too. Like you're having fun too. Let's see. How does he compare? Oops. We want you. Just shrink down out of the way. You know, how does he compare to this other one, you know? Like I think they look good. I think this is a good looking little set of puppers here. Bring this in. We'll just snag this guy and pull him up. So we can pull him down. You know, I think that looks good. I think I'm having a lot of fun. That's what I said. I've been having a lot of fun with this whole process. I really have been enjoying it quite a bit. And I didn't think like this isn't necessarily normally something I would have drawn. So I hope everybody is enjoying it. The people I have shown these designs to so far have really been like, yeah, this is great. This is really cute. So I want to start on the 5th one. That should give us pretty good time, I think, to at least get these two done. We might struggle for time to get our pattern part done. I think definitely should have time to finish the last Count Barkula. Your Majesty, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm glad that you dig my stuff. I really am. So our 5th and final Halloween hound, Houndoween, is going to be a French Bulldog mummy. And like I said, I did also pull up some reference images of French Bulldogs because I honestly, before I did, like, could not have necessarily told you the difference between a French Bulldog and a British Bulldog. So I thought I needed to do that. And I think in my head, thought French Bulldogs were more like pugs than they are. They are actually, I think they're cute little doggies. They have a nickname of being called Frenchies, if anybody is interested. They do still have kind of little smashed faces, but they're not like completely smashed in faces. So I think it'll be fun. I've got some ideas here, but we'll start with they also kind of have like a roundy boxish head. I'm gonna start with that. So, and come in here. Actually, I'm gonna make that bigger head. And they've got these like weird looking ears that come off their heads like this. like like they've got batwing ears. Uh and that's like their defining trait. And then they have kind of like the Saint Bernard, they also have jowly faces. So like they've got like this thing kind of going on like this. And then their nose right here. And it's like a lot of wrinkles from extra skin. But again, those wrinkles, the thing I'm worried about a little bit too much. You've had 2 French bulldogs. They are, I think they are very cute. The thing I'm a little worried about with the French bulldog is I'm not sure that if I draw the wrinkles in, it will read very well. So I'm a little worried about that. From the like cartoonish perspective, but I think that the jowl angle here is what's gonna give me I'm a Frenchie. I'm gonna shrink that head back down a little bit now, and just kind of draw a little body. Give him a little bit of a belly body. The other thing is some of these little guys look like they spent all day on chest day, and some of these little guys look like they got little pot bellies. And I think it might be an age thing. I think the older they get, the more the little chest action. Maybe I'll give him a little chest action. Oh, I think I like him better with a little pot belly. Just cuter. Pot bellies are cuter than muscle chests. That's a cartoon fact. I have all my pictures. I just did an image search. You're spot on so far. Thank you. I did an image search for French Bulldog, and I'm just looking at these pictures going, oh, I have to remember I'm streaming and not just looking at pictures of cute dogs. And then I think I'm going to give him, let's see. Let's come in. Like so. And they just have normal little doggy tootsies. So nothing weird about French Bulldog feet. And then let's see. If I do one paw like this and give him an arm like this, and then do the other one down here like this, that's walk like an Egyptian, right? You know, that's doing the mummy. So I think that looks like a Frenchie. That looks like a French Bulldog to me. Now we got to turn him into a mummy. That's the other part of this. So he's going to have some bandages. So we'll do bandages over one side of his face like this. And then, of course, we'll do bandages coming across his body. And maybe a little poopa bandage here. A little one here. A little tufts of fur sticking out this side. Give him some bandages on the arms. You're gonna need a little collar, of course. So go ahead and draw that in. Let's see what else. Give him a little like tuft of bandage pulled here. I think that's probably good enough. Let's see. Give him his little ear fluffs like this. I think, this might need to curve that. There, that's a little better. Cool. Make him look a little less like a mouse. All right, so we'll do that as our thick ruffs, and we'll come in here, and now we'll do a little more detail. Give him the, new layer. Give him a little standard puppy nose. Crossed like that. Oh, do they have little teeths? Do they have little teeth? He has little teeth. Oh, yeah. I think this guy right here needs to have his mouth just a little open and little teeths coming out. Like that. That looks good. I like that. And then we'll go ahead and bring little body line up like this. Have these bandages like so. And then ear sticking out with this little tufty thing. This ear sticking out its little tufty thing. Come back down here, give him his little collar. This eye back in. Yeah, this guy's gonna be a cutie. Little teefies, yeah. Yeah, that's what I was like. He's got cute little. All of these pictures, they either have cute little teefies sticking out or just their tongue is just laying over the top of their little teeths. All right, give him a little paw action coming on for his walk like an Egyptian walk. And then probably let's add a few little bandages on this arm as well. A little bow. And then we'll bring this down here. This. And Garfield these feet. So there. That's looking good. I'm liking this a lot. I'm enjoying. This is fun. This is a good. I'm glad that Perriman recommended French Bulldog. Have that come up over the top of his arm. Then this one come out from underneath of his arm. You have a little bit of fur sticking out there. Another one coming out here. One coming across here. Almost like a little diaper. And then also have a little bow there. And then this arm. Back like this. With a couple of little bandages there. Yeah. That guy looks good. That's a good looking little pupper, I think. Now I just ink him up and color him. And we are almost in the home stretch. And it's 10 minutes till 5. So if I can get this guy done in the next 10 minutes, we will definitely be able to get the pattern work done today too. So I'm going to take this up to 24 to do the outline. Actually, yeah. So we'll come in here. So you know what? I'm going to do this. He's got details that are crossing over into my outline and inline. So I'm going to do this something a little different. I'm also going to bring in my basic brushes and my end taper again. End taper, give me that. Give me that brush. Bring that up to size 12. Oh, that is too thick. I keep forgetting that the taper brushes are thicker. They need to be bad. Another reason for me to use half the sizing. There we go. I like that better for this, so like that line is tapered more. Little weird things like that. And I actually almost wish that I had done this with the symmetry tool, but I also kind of like him being asymmetrical because it just adds a little weirdo cutie to him. I have to make his teeth bigger so that they read better and when it's scaled down. But I think they still look good like that. Sticking out over his jaw, his jowls. Give him his nose going on. Bring that eye in real fast. Yeah, this is coming together pretty good. And do the opposite. We'll use the begin taper here. Come in like this. So that's still a tapered to the edge there. Switch back to the flat. Yeah, this is the stuff. This is the good stuff. Every once in a while, you need to stretch your hands. Stretch out your hands. Especially when your desk setup has bad ergonomics because you're too lazy to make it have good ergonomics. Two years ago, me would be very upset with me for having bad ergonomics now. So if anybody missed it, the first 3 puppies we did on Wednesday afternoon, and you can find that video on my channel. And I will be streaming pretty much going forward. I will be streaming on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons. Yeah, I literally just had to do the same thing, Yeti. Like, I have to consciously remind myself not to develop an artist hunch. I'll be streaming on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons doing illustration for products or new art prints, stickers, commissions if I have any, that sort of stuff. Basically, during the week, I will be doing business art. And then on Sunday afternoons, I will be streaming and just doing things that are fun for me to draw or things that I want to work on for myself. This week, I am going to do some little animated stickers for Telegram or Discord or any other program that might let you use some little animated stickers. I've done a few in the past. I'd like to do a whole set. So that's what I'm going to be working on Sunday. Hopefully we'll finish this guy tonight, and I don't think that's going to be a problem, really. If we finish him tonight, then next week, I think instead of working on Halloween stuff, I will take that week off from Halloween to work on the art for the September Patreon and weekly stickers. And I don't know for sure what the theme is going to be for September. So if you've got ideas or something you'd like to see, let me know. I know Yeti Detective is hoping for rock and roll scientists. and I think that would be a fun thing to draw. But right now, unfortunately, I've also kind of learned that sometimes with stickers in the mass market, you need to go a little bit more obvious, lower concept than that. I really love the Lovecraft Meets Breakfast Club stickers we've got going on for August, but I've had to explain to so many people now what that means that I'm like, maybe Burger Night and Ice Cream Wizard was the right level of concept. Maybe I went a little high concept with these guys. So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it next week, though. So if you've got ideas, feel free to send them my way, and we'll talk it out next week when we go through the creative design process and brainstorm and all that. And we'll work on that. And then the week after, we'll be back to working on Halloween stuff until the end of August, at least. And probably in September, we'll start working on maybe some Christmas stuff. So in the design world, you're usually trying to work 3 months ahead. I'm not quite as far ahead as some other people are, maybe, but that's kind of where you're supposed to be at. And I just slacked off on Halloween, even though Halloween is by far my favorite holiday of the year. So we'll see where we're at and what all we need to do. I know for me personally, I would like to do some more wrapping paper designs this year. I had a lot of fun doing wrapping paper. I can imagine that a lot of people don't know about Lovecraft or the Breakfast Club, but I wonder what the crossover is if people who are familiar with both. Yeah, that's been kind of. Here's the thing that what I've experienced so far, Yeti, is people will go, "Oh yeah, I see it," once I tell them what it is. Like just seeing the sticker, I get a lot of confused looks on their faces. But once they know what it is, they're like, "Oh yeah," unless they're under, let's say, the age of 30. And then they go, "What?" I've gotten used to saying something along the lines of, it is an author who was popular over 100 years ago and a movie that was popular 40 years ago. You know, my pop cultural reference game is on point. And if I wanted to get all cringy, I would say on fleek. I bet I could make some kids cringe by saying on fleek. Ooh, that is not the right brush to be on there. Do you think if your kids heard me say on fleek, they would cringe? See, Rollivan's kids probably wouldn't because he probably also live in the past like he does. Although I don't know, they might be more edgy, more hip and with it than he is. All right. So the hardest part about streaming is remembering that I'm entertainment, so I'm supposed to be talking while I draw. And also, but not like talking about some of the things that go on inside my head because YouTube won't give me money at any point in the future if I say those things. You would have been really impressed, Yeti. The other day, I had a kid. I had my Eldritch Breakfast Club poster up, and I had a kid go through and like name which Lovecraft character each of the characters was. You think Jude knows the term on fleek? That was from 2012. I don't think it was from 2012. I feel like I was still young and hip in 2012. Was I delusional? Was I already old and uncool by 2012? I mean, I wasn't even 30 years old yet. I feel like you're young and cool until you hit 30. Once you hit 30, you just have to hang it up and accept that it's time to retire your 2014. Okay, I was definitely not cool anymore by 2014. I can accept that. Am I putting too many bows on this guy's bandages? There's such a thing as too many bows on the bandages. I'm not sure I believe in too many bows on your bandages. Also, if you haven't tried yet, you should take a moment to say to yourself, bows on the bandages. It's fun to say. I was writing something for the business the other day and realized I had just put in a ton of alliterative phrasing. And I realized, like, I might actually be committing word crimes with the amount of alliterative phrasing I use. It might be language abuse at this point. But I love it. I love it. It was actually the post about these guys that I was drawing. I really went hog wild with the alliteration in that one. But you know what? I feel like the world needs more. The world needs more awesome, contextual, repetitive sounds in rhythmic format. It's just what the world needs. And if it's my duty, if I'm chosen to be the one to bring it forward, then I will fulfill that role with all of the grace and elegance befitting it and my stature. I think instead of putting bandages on this arm, I might give him a bangle. I think Egyptian culture was hip to the bangle. I am pretty sure it was not the Bengals that did walk like an Egyptian, though. I'm not making that reference. Maybe not. I don't think it'll read well from zoom out. So we'll just stick to the bandages. Do 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 do. And I think I'm almost done with the inking on here. Again, I really like how this guy looks. I think he is a cutie patootie. I think that came out really well. Yeah. Yeah. Well, he's such a cute little guy. I feel like now that I've done this dog pattern, that if I don't do a cat pattern at some time in the near future, I might get attacked by the cat people. As we all know how crazy the cat people are. They let their cat send us secret messages like 8 benigers. All right. Okay. We need French. French bulldogs come in all kinds of colors too. Apparently, they have different names for their colors. You have brindles, fawns, lilacs, tan, chocolate, fluffy. I don't know that fluffy is a type of color of British bulldog. Pied, So which one do we want to do here? If we want to have some diversity in our puppy pool, we might want to do something a little more of like a chocolate French bulldog here. They're very brown. They come in a lot of different shades of brown. But that's what I think I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with a chocolate variant French bulldog. Also, that will contrast better with his bandages. So, start with chocolate rain. Full on a chocolate brown color. And then we'll do dupe. All of his fur we'll do in this brown. Like so. Go ahead and do his eyes and teeth while we're here. Jump in and do the bandages. So that's pretty simple, pretty basic right there. And then it looks like he also needs to have, instead of the normal pink nose, a little brown nose. He's a little brown noser. And then let's go back in here to the line art layer. Black areas here. So, color layer, dog tag, and then what color should his dog tags be, or his collar be? There's a picture of a chocolate French bulldog wearing a little tiny bow tie, and it's like a pastel blue, and it's super cute. But again, I don't have a lot of skin in the game when it comes to the color of the collar. The color, if you will. Did we give any of them like a purple collar? No, he's got green. He's got blue, black, and red. So let's do a purple. A little purple collar for our mummy. Just like that. And then what I want to do here, I went ahead and did the ears fully just to flat them in. But I'm going to come back in here with our pink that I used on all of the noses and tongues on the other puppies. And I'm going to do like a little this thing. Oops. I guess I need to deselect the rest of the image first so that I can select this. But I'm just going to come in here. And it's their ears are pink on the inside, but not fully. So I'm going to like do this and then maybe fade that in a little bit. Like use a blend mode. Maybe not. Maybe I just leave it like that. I kind of like it. I kind of like it like that. He's a cute little guy. I really do. I love him too. I think I've loved all these little dogs, these little puppies. So let's kill that reference. And that black, and then we can go ahead and merge. Well, group that together. And then we'll shrink him down to all of these guys back. So should be here, and he should be a little guy compared to this Saint Bernard. Although so should that Chihuahua. So we'll make him about the same size as that Chihuahua. They're all good boys. All right. So this is we've got our characters done. So what we have to do is we got to turn these guys into a seamless pattern. Which we have a couple of tricks. So we could just put these as together like this as a seamless pattern. As long as no one's on the edge of the image, they're a seamless pattern. But what we actually want to make sure we're doing is filling in the area between them in the pattern so that it has more to it, like more depth to it, right? And there's a way to do that that's pretty easy. So one thing to remember is that when you are working in Fresco, you are actually working with Photoshop files. So I will save this. I have saved this. It has now synced to my Photoshop, my Adobe Cloud, and I can open that in my desktop in Photoshop. So let's go to Photoshop. There we go. And put me above that and transition. Yay. So we'll come over here into Photoshop and you can see I've got, ooh, why are you not showing the thing that I want you to be showing? Photoshop screen, window capture. This is weird. I don't know what's going on with Photoshop here. There we go. There we go. We're finally there. Finally there. So we've got this open in Photoshop, and what we can do is we can go ahead and move these guys around into the kind of base pattern we want them to be in. And I'll rotate them a little. And again, I want to make sure they are inside the box here. Oh, dang it. They're vector groups. I'm going to have to rasterize them before I can do that work. I forgot that step. Okay, so that's easy enough to do. We just merge these groups. And that will rasterize that group into a raster layer. Photoshop is not designed to handle vector art. I like to draw in vector art. That's why I go through this process instead of, you know, just doing this in Photoshop. But now, so these are now vectorized, which means we can now edit them without everything getting weird because of the way Photoshop handles vector layers. And I should make sure I can see the chat. So I'm going to bring these guys in and just kind of rotate them and spread them out. It doesn't matter too much at this point exactly how they are, because like I said, I'm going to do some other work to them, but I think I'm just going to kind of make a little 5e shape. Let's do that. Just like so. I'm just basically, the only thing I'm doing with the rotation is kind of breaking up the overly rigid structure. So we'll take this and we are going to then merge all of this into a single layer. And then just to give my brain, the itchy part of my brain, a break, I'm going to go ahead and center it. And then I'm going to come into my filters and we are looking for the offset filter. And I cannot remember exactly where. There it is. It's under other. That's why. And this is where we need to make sure we know exactly what size our canvas is, which I am pretty sure should be at 4096. So we'll do our offset filter. And we're going to offset by half of 4096. Which is easy to do even if you don't know math, because you can literally do math in Photoshop. And so what this has done is this has now reshaped that landscape so that these guys are spread out as a seamless pattern. And I will resave this file. And switch back from Photoshop into Fresco. While I'm doing that, I'm going to have to restart my AirPlay server for Apple because I have an iPad and a Windows computer and they don't always play nice together. So give that just a second to restart before we switch over. But if I do pop over to my iPad screen, I can close that window capture real fast. And you can see this pattern here in my background right behind me on this. That's how I did this pattern. I did this exact process. I drew these big things and then I did this, and I will bring this back and use it for little things, to make little things. Where is my, I'm going to have to close this app entirely. Apparently, I am just crazy person today. And why am I not transitioning to the right thing? This is not showing the right window. See, I told you guys I'm not good at streaming because I'm not good at knowing how to work technology at times. Anyway, I'm back in Fresco. Previews of you're seeing previews of upcoming what is that? That's get rid of that. We don't need that. Your upcoming digital daily zombies. Tomorrow's zombie was on there. Bring this back. There. Resize that back to where it was. There. We've got it back where it was supposed to be. Okay. I think I'm back to where I'm supposed to be. Anyway, now I've got these guys sitting here like this. This is a bit like my pattern. This is seamless. And all I have to do is come back into this picture and draw in some other little doodles to fill in the gap space that will then go into the pattern and make the pattern look more full, more robust. And we're just going to do some little things, some real small speed sketches. I got about 10 minutes, so I'm not even going to bother with sketching them out. These are going to be real basic stuff. Like, we know we probably need a pumpkin. So I'll come in here and I'll just doodle in a little pumpkin. It's Halloween. Halloween has pumpkins. That's the rules. And I want to keep it simple because these are going to be just little print guys. They don't have to be super complicated. Grab our orange. And green. Yeah, we're just basically we're taking up space to take up space. Come in here and we'll do a little Batman bat. If you know, you know. Let's see some other things that were on our list. We were going to do a little candy corn action here. Yeah. And this guy will be easy enough to do. White. Little yellow. Little orange. I don't actually, this might be upside down. This might be upside down candy corn. I might have ruined the whole thing. Little orange. Little yellow. Little piece of candy corn. What else do we need for our Halloween stuff here? You can always have a little spider. Just hanging out up here. With their ridiculous number of little spider eyes. I probably will come in when I'm not on stream and redo all these little sketches because I'm a perfectionist and they're not perfect. But I'm running low on time for tonight. There are actually people waiting for me to eat pizza, so I have to get off at 5:30. So let's see. Let's come down here and maybe a little cauldron. I know we were gonna do a little cauldron. I think I'll make this the last one for now, so that I can take it back into Photoshop and show you how it will work as an actual pattern. And then we can, like I said, I can when I'm not on stream, I'll come in and probably redo all of the sketches on this layer. So I'm going to turn this background color back on. And again, that might be a placeholder color. I actually really kind of like it, but it might be a placeholder color. So I'm just going to save this again. And we will go back into Photoshop now. And reopen this file. Might have to actually refresh and resync the file to make it work. One. Oh, I only got 3 minutes left. 3 minutes left. Boop, 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 boop. No, I want to show you guys how to do this. There we go. All right. This is going to be fast. Once we get the file open, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. If I'm a couple minutes over, it'll be fine. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to rasterize this layer. And I'm going to actually hit Control A to select everything. And I'm going to hit Control Shift C to copy everything on all the layers, and then Control V to paste it all back in as a new layer. The reason I'm doing that is because, like I said, I'm probably going to redo our little sketchy parts, but I want to make them a pattern first. So we are going to come in here and we're going to go to oops, I need to Control A that again. Needs to be selected. It's under Edit. I'm looking for Define a Pattern. There we go. Define Pattern. And we will call this Halloween Hounds 1. Now, if I come in and I create a new pattern layer, I should have Halloween Hounds 1 available, and we can scale it up or scale it down. And you can see this is now a seamless pattern that we could theoretically use. Now it still has some space gaps in it in places that I don't necessarily like, but I will definitely come back in this weekend when I have some time and finish that up, redo some of the, add some more stuff into these sketches. But you can see how this pattern works, how it does, how I do it all. So anyway, that's our Halloween Hounds done. All 5 of them are done. All I gotta do is now add a little bit of doodling into the pattern and we're good to go. So thank you for coming and hanging out with me this afternoon as I finish this up. It is exactly 5:30. As long as I end the stream before it clicks over to 5:31, I'm not a liar about being off at 5:30. So do me a favor, make sure that you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and give me a subscribe so you can see me on Sunday when we start doing some animation, and next week when we do some more product work. And I will be here. Thank you for coming by. Let me know if you have any ideas for September's theme.